I have not done anything. I have not done anything bad in this life. Still, why is something bad happening to me? If your hands or feet swell like an elephant, your mind will also be filled with anger. You will say that this person should get the harshest punishment. Hello, Sanjiv Malik from Mission Genius Mind. Friends, this video is part of our spirituality series, and our topic is what diseases are caused by karma and which actions are behind any illness. Because we receive a lot of calls and messages from people, they write about their problems in emails or messages, or tell us over the phone that they are facing these issues in life and ask, what karma did I do to deserve this? So, we analyze these cases. I checked my own karmic accounts and also checked the karmic accounts of my clients who come to me. By connecting with Lord Shiva, who is a spirit guide, we also learned the reasons behind many things. So I am listing all those reasons for you. This is the first part of it. The second part will come later. Here, you can also find out about your own karma by undergoing past life regression yourself. If you are unable to do it yourself, we can take someone into their past life or seek guidance from a spirit guide to tell you about it. But there is a process for this. For that, you will need to tell us your points in detail via email. And this is a paid service. I apologize. I can't do everything for free because it takes a lot of effort. It takes a lot of hard work to go into the karmic account of each person. Diseases caused by karma. You are well aware of karma. Any act of violence, whether through mind, speech, or action, falls under the category of our karmas. Whether it is done now or later, whether the punishment is received in this life, the next life, or even after 10 or 50 lifetimes, punishment is certain. This is a universal law. What happens to a person who insults others or breaks promises? Normally, the amount of insult you inflict and on whom you inflict it, since we are all emotional beings, the person you insult endures your words at that moment and the pain they suffer. We have to endure almost the same kind of things, the same kind of pain ourselves. This is an unbreakable principle and no one is exempt from it. Even incarnations and saints who come into this world are bound by this law of karma as long as they are in their physical bodies. So please listen carefully. If someone causes great disappointment to others, deprives them of their property, or publicly humiliates them, if any of these actions are committed, what kind of punishment is given? One has to endure mental anguish and pain, suffer humiliation, be deprived of property, and face public disgrace. There is public insult. So if you're experiencing such hardship in your life, don't blame any person thinking, this person publicly humiliated me, I won't let them get away with it. Normally, this is how people react. For anything like this, you might be very angry right now, you might be in a lot of pain. We acknowledge that. But believe me, behind this, the karmic principle is at work. It's not necessary that everything happening to you is fresh in this life. It could be from before. And it's also not necessary that everything is from the past. There could also be a new beginning. What is the purpose? At your own level, do check yourself. Are you just blaming? Is it only that you are blaming the person? Also check your past lives. In most cases, there are definitely past karmic connections. Definitely. This is something I have personally experienced because people often say, I haven't done anything wrong, I haven't done anything bad in this life, so why is something bad happening to me? I agree, but the actions we have done before, no matter how old they are, their results are still pending. Everyone has to endure them. So be careful about this. I remember one case very clearly. One of our partners had to go through a very public insult. They were humiliated on a very large scale. There were rounds of court cases. They had to endure a lot of suffering. They were accused of embezzling a large amount of money and had to go through a lot. When we looked into it later, we found out that this person had insulted someone. Publicly, standing at a crossroads, he had abused that person. He had insulted him. Now, whether it was his fault, partly his fault, or partly made out to be his fault, whatever was done, this time we found that almost in the same manner, almost with the same words, this person tormented them. Because you see, if you look at it from his heart's perspective, when someone torments you, the words of the other person get etched onto your heart. And we are sensitive people. We take everything to heart, so when someone insults you, you can't just ignore it like that. You keep thinking about it for days on end. So the mental anguish you are going through, just think, if someone is treating you this way and you are getting angry, then imagine how much pain you must have caused to someone else when you did the same to them. That same pain is what you have to endure here. It's exactly tit for tat, an eye for an eye. No one is exempt from the karmic principle. No one is forgiven. So remember this principle, and if there is anything like this, there is only one solution, and that is forgiveness. Ask for forgiveness from God, ask for forgiveness from that person, ask for forgiveness repeatedly, and try to clear it up. Even if that person still doesn't forgive you, at the very least, you will start to come out of that pain. I guarantee it. Secondly, if someone has blocked the hole of a mouse or a snake or catches a fish and kills it by suffocating it, causing suffering or ending the life of a living being, then that person has to endure asthma, lung diseases, bronchitis, pneumonia, and similar ailments. We had a person who came to us with asthma, and it was severe asthma. He said that he had been suffering from asthma since he was about 5 years old. Initially, it was a normal problem, then he got pneumonia, and gradually it turned into asthma. When we looked back into his past, it turned out that he used to catch snakes for a living. This was in his previous birth. A few days ago, he would suddenly feel his heart stop. Those poor creatures, scorpions, snakes, or rats, would suffer and die inside, tormented from within. So today, he is suffering the consequences of that. Now, this doesn't mean that treatment shouldn't be sought. Treatment should definitely be done. That's why God has made arrangements, and how beautiful is nature's arrangement that if it gives pain, it also shows the way to recover from it. But to some extent, that pain will have to be endured. The sooner and more sincerely you ask for forgiveness for this pain and understand its consequences, the more your suffering will be minimized in the future. It will decrease, but it will not become zero. In the same way, someone who harms or kills another using poisonous instruments, whether it's an arrow, a sword, or anything similar, suffers due to the sting of a scorpion or a snake, or that person himself will come and attack, or he will be made to suffer by the sting of a snake or a scorpion. We have actually had such a case, and there have been many more cases like this. There was a case about a person who was a warrior in his past life and used to kill many people. You might say that it's a warrior's job to kill. But even among warriors, there's a difference. One is when someone attacks you and you defend yourself, and the other is when you attack someone else. This was the second category. Going out, attacking people and killing them. So because of that, the punishment he had to endure in this life is that he feels as if people are attacking him with swords, killing him, torturing him badly. He has to endure all of that. In the same way, he oppresses others, keeps them as slaves with excessive arrogance and pride, treats them like servants. We have seen, you must have heard the name of this disease, elephantiasis. Elephantiasis means the swelling of hands or feet like those of an elephant. It means that the hands or feet swell up completely like those of an elephant. So when does this happen? We had a case like this once. When we investigated, we found that in a previous life he had kept someone as a slave. That person used to beg him to let him go home. He pleaded to be allowed to return to his family. He would hold his feet, but he wouldn't even look at him. Because of the slavery he imposed, the curses of that person manifested as elephantiasis in this life, and his legs became so swollen as you can see in this photo. Just imagine how much pain and suffering there is. In today's times, it's not easy to endure illnesses. But the pain that person suffered back then, shouldn't he have to face the consequences for it? He definitely has to face them. Absolutely, he has to face them. If you were shown something like this as a movie, even you would be filled with anger. You would say that this person deserves the harshest punishment. Nature does exactly that because nature is not something separate. The consciousness that resides within you is itself a form of nature. In the same way, a miserly and moneylender type person gives loans to his debtors at exorbitant interest rates, charging abnormal and extraordinary interest. In other words, he causes them suffering. He takes advantage of someone's helplessness, of their desperate situation. Because of this, he ends up suffering from tuberculosis, that is TB. One has to suffer from the disease called tuberculosis. Now, the reason behind this is that at some point we gave someone a loan with interest. So from now on, develop an understanding that perhaps I have made a mistake. Apologize, and I will try to make more videos on this topic after listening to more people's problems. Like this video, share it, comment, and be sure to subscribe to our channel. Thank you.